Brooks Nader was seen adjusting her dress to try to prevent herself from bursting out of its neckline while dashing around Paris Fashion Week. The caramel-haired model, who celebrated her 28th birthday in February, looked radiant and confident as she navigated the city's chaos with that signature poise only she could carry. Yet beneath the glamour, there was an unspoken tension in her movements, that careful balance between elegance and exposure that models often find themselves performing under the blinding gaze of cameras. Brooke seemed hyper-aware of how her figure-hugging gown clung to every curve, its fabric straining slightly as she moved, threatening to betray her at any wrong step. The cameras, of course, were merciless, catching her every adjustment, every nervous glance downward to make sure nothing slipped out of place. The dress, a low-cut, body-hugging number that accentuated her toned physique, reflected not only her sense of fashion, but also her daring confidence. Paris Fashion Week had brought out the most daring and avant-garde looks from models across the globe, but Brooke stood out, not only because of her beauty, but because of the palpable sense of unpredictability she carried with her. Every time she appeared at a public event, something about her presence drew eyes and stirred conversation. She was effortlessly magnetic, the kind of woman who could make the simplest action, like fixing her dress, feel like a scene from a movie. Her caramel brown hair framed her face perfectly, cascading in soft waves that caught the golden light of the Paris afternoon. Her makeup was classic yet sensual, nude lips, smoky eyes, and a bronzed glow that highlighted her sculpted cheekbones. But as she hurried through the bustling crowd outside one of Paris's most exclusive fashion venues, it became evident that her dress might soon become her next headline. The neckline, dangerously low, seemed to test the limits of gravity itself. One sharp turn, one sudden gust of wind, and she would have made tabloid history yet again. For Brooks, wardrobe malfunctions had almost become a part of her personal lore, an unintentional trademark that followed her wherever she went. Over the past few years, she had been no stranger to controversy, with moments that made her both a source of fascination and gossip. From the now infamous incident at Wimbledon, where menstrual blood had visibly stained her pristine white dress, to the shocking red carpet mishap when she accidentally exposed a nipple during an awards ceremony, Brooks had endured it all under the unrelenting public eye. But if anything, these incidents had only made her more resilient. She had learned to own her image, flaws, and all. Where others might have hidden in shame, Brooks had leaned into her imperfections, transforming them into symbols of defiance and raw humanity in an industry obsessed with perfection. At Paris Fashion Week, as the flashbulbs popped around her, it seemed she was moments away from another viral sensation. Her fitted dress, a masterpiece of silk and spandex, glided down over her chest in a way that made onlookers hold their breath. But Brooks, now a seasoned veteran of public slip-ups, instinctively pulled the fabric back into place with an almost imperceptible motion. She did it so gracefully that it almost seemed choreographed, as though she'd anticipated the moment before it even happened. That subtle gesture, that small tug of control, was a reminder that Brooks was not the helpless victim of wardrobe mishaps. She was the commander of her own narrative. And she wasn't alone. For her latest outing, Brooks was joined by her sisters Sarah Jane and Grace Ann, both of whom share her stunning genes and magnetic confidence. The three of them, along with their sister Mary Holland, co-star in the reality series Love Thy Nader, a show that offers a rare glimpse into their glamorous yet often chaotic lives. The series, known for its mix of humor, family drama, and moments of vulnerability, has helped redefine the Nader sisters as more than just beautiful faces. They've become a family brand, each sister carving out her unique personality, Sarah with her calm sophistication, Grace with her fiery honesty, and Brooks with her bold sensuality and unapologetic authenticity. Together, they command attention wherever they go. That Paris appearance came just months after the Daily Mail confirmed Brooks had split once again from her Dancing with the Stars partner, Gleb Savchenko. The two had become one of the most talked-about duos of last season, not just for their undeniable chemistry on the dance floor, but for the rumors that surrounded them off-camera. When they first appeared as partners, their connection was immediate and electric. Fans flooded social media with speculation that their chemistry couldn't possibly be just for the cameras. They moved together like they shared a secret, and perhaps they did. What began as rehearsals and dance routines quickly turned into late-night dinners and cozy paparazzi photos that fueled gossip columns across the world. Brooks and Gleb officially started dating while competing as a team on Dancing with the Stars. Last autumn, and though some dismissed it as a showmance, there were genuine emotions beneath the surface. The pair's whirlwind romance became one of the show's most captivating storylines, both adored and criticized in equal measure. As their partnership grew, so did the scrutiny. Every look, every touch, every subtle smile exchanged between them became a subject of online debate. Fans argued over whether Brooks was truly in love or caught up in the fantasy that the show so easily created, a world of glitter, choreography, and illusion. But like many relationships born in the glare of Hollywood lights, theirs faltered under pressure. By late last year, cracks had begun to appear. They briefly separated before rekindling things, but when April came around, Brooks decided to end the relationship for good. Sources close to her claimed she had grown weary of the constant speculation, the emotional roller coaster, and the sense that her personal life had become a public performance. What was once exciting had turned exhausting. The breakup didn't go quietly. Brooks's sister Grace accused Gleb of being unfaithful, sparking a wave of controversy that rippled across entertainment media. Grace, fiercely protective of her sister, publicly voiced her suspicions, saying that Gleb's behavior had been far from trustworthy. Gleb, in response, fired back through E! News, insisting he was not a cheater and rejecting any notion that he was a fuckboy, as Grace had allegedly implied. His denial, though emphatic, did little to quiet the noise. Fans were divided, some siding with Brooks and her family, others defending Gleb as a misunderstood man caught in the spotlight's crossfire. Behind the scenes, Brooks was quietly navigating her heartbreak with the same composure she showed on the runway. Those close to her described her as introspective yet strong, using the pain of her breakup to refocus her energy on her career. And it showed. Each public appearance, including her recent Paris outing, radiated a renewed confidence, the kind that often follows emotional recovery. There was something in her demeanor that suggested she had outgrown the chaos of her past relationship, that she was once again reclaiming control over her story. In a candid moment with the Daily Mail last week, Brooks revealed that she was not watching Gleb on the latest season of Dancing with the Stars. Her words were polite but layered with quiet finality. It wasn't bitterness, it was closure. The kind that comes from realizing some chapters are better left unread. At that time, Gleb was paired with Hilaria Baldwin, a pairing that immediately drew curiosity. Their chemistry on stage was undeniable, smooth, synchronized, and deeply expressive, though it hadn't translated into high scores from the judges. Still, their performances exuded an intensity that got people talking, particularly when Hilaria's husband, Alec Baldwin, was spotted in the audience, watching with a blank, almost pensive stare.